back to ScamTV. Today, we will inform you about another senior scam, known as the tech support scam, and what you can do to protect yourself. We will also hear the story of a real victim of this tech support scam and the devastating impact it had on her. Let's start with the real-life story of Marjorie Bloom, a retired civil servant who fell victim to a tech support scam in 2021. Marjorie ended up losing her life savings of $661,000 to criminals who used cryptocurrency to carry out the fraud. More on this later. In the spring of 2021, Marjorie was convinced by a supposed fraud investigator to liquidate her assets to protect her money. The scammer persuaded her to move her savings quickly and quietly, warning her not to tell anyone, even her children. This is definitely a red flag warning all viewers should know about. Scammers commonly tell their victims to not tell anyone. No legitimate company, lawyer, consultant, banker, etc. will instruct someone to do this. Had Marjorie alerted her children, she might have avoided the scam. Her daughter is a deputy managing editor for CNBC's show named Make It. This show focuses on success, money, work, and life in general. The show provides information and inspiration to navigate your big financial firsts, from landing your dream job, to starting a business, to investing in your future, and leading a rich life. Oftentimes, seniors have wisdom and good advice right at their fingertips, but scammers know this. Hence their advice not to tell anyone. Tech support scams are increasingly common and largely target older adults, who lost $588 million to such scams in 2022. The senior demographic is the most common targets because of their lack of familiarity with technology, especially computers. Criminals often masquerade as computer technicians from well-known companies to steal money from their victims. On a Friday morning in May 2021, Marjorie eagerly awaited a call with instructions on how to access her secured life savings. When the call never came, she realized she had been defrauded. Her experience highlights the growing threat of fraud targeting older adults. Here are some of the tactics scammers will use as part of a tech support scam. Scammers often pose as representatives from well-known tech companies, convincing seniors that their computer has a virus or other issue requiring immediate attention. Another tactic they will use is they will leverage fear and urgency, warning seniors that their personal data or financial information is at risk unless they act quickly, often leading to hasty and unverified actions. Another very common tactic in tech support scams is that the scammers request remote access to the senior's computer under the guise of fixing problems. They then exploit this access to steal personal information, install malware, or demand payment for unnecessary services. In the world of scams, senior frauds are right there at the top of the scamming list. Americans 60 and older lost $3.1 billion to cyber fraud in 2022, an 84% increase from 2021, according to the FBI. Older adults often have significant savings, making them prime targets for scammers. Additionally, they lack technical skills and the knowledge to identify when they are being duped as part of a tech support scam. However, many local senior centers hold regular classes for seniors to help familiarize themselves with computers and other technology. Fraud can deprive victims of funds for basic living expenses and the leisure activities they worked hard to enjoy in retirement. Beyond financial loss, fraud has emotional impacts. Victims often feel devastated and emotionally drained. As we have learned, tech support scams are a type of call center fraud, which overwhelmingly targets older adults. So seniors need to be aware of this very common scam targeting their population. In 2022, nearly 18,000 Americans aged 60 and over reported being victims of tech support scams, losing an average of $33,000. Additionally, these scams accounted for over $594 million in total losses, with seniors comprising nearly 60% of all reported tech support scam cases. This marked a 14% increase in reported incidents from the previous year. Back to our real-life story. Marjorie's computer froze suddenly, and a pop-up window urged her to call a customer support number, supposedly for Microsoft. A quick and easy thing for any potential scam victim to do at this point is take the phone number in the pop-up window and put it in Google. This may quickly show that this phone number does not pertain to Microsoft. From there, they can skip calling the number and perhaps call the local Geek Squad or some other local computer repair company. During the call, A Microsoft engineer convinced her that foreign hackers had hijacked her computer and stolen sensitive data. This is a very common storyline used by scammers. The person she was actually speaking to was not really a Microsoft engineer, but most likely a scammer working overseas. The scammer transferred her to an accomplice posing as a PNC fraud investigator, who convinced her to move her money. At this point in the scam, asking lots of questions is in order. For example, get the investigator's full name, phone number, supervisor's name, location of their office, etc. The scammer may lose patience with the intended victim and hang up, or get extremely irate. Not things legitimate tech support personnel will usually do. As we pointed out previously, sadly, Marjorie made 5 wire transfers within 28 days, amounting to $661,000, liquidating her stock portfolio and annuity. Her immediate thought was of her 3 kids and the financial assistance she had hoped to provide them. Needless to say, she was heartbroken for them and for herself as well. Unfortunately, these are things scammers never concern themselves with. Marjorie sued PNC Bank for financial restitution, arguing that the bank ignored obvious red flags of financial exploitation. ScamTV and Stamp Out Scams are a registered non-profit scam prevention organization and not a law firm, so the following is not legal advice. But senior citizens, or any customer for that matter, may potentially be able to sue banks if they believe the bank did not perform due diligence, resulting in the customer being scammed. However, the success of such a lawsuit depends on several factors. You must prove that the bank was negligent in its duty to protect their account and financial interests. This could include failing to detect suspicious transactions or not following standard procedures for fraud prevention. Banks have a duty to protect their customers' accounts. If the bank fails to adhere to regulatory standards or internal policies designed to prevent fraud, this could be considered a breach of duty. You also must show a direct link between the bank's negligence and the loss suffered. It must be proven that the scam could have been prevented if the bank had acted appropriately. You also must demonstrate the actual financial loss incurred was due to the scam. Please consult with a lawyer to get complete and competent legal advice if you lost money due to a scam and believe your financial institution may be liable. Thank you for watching ScamTV. Stay informed and vigilant to protect yourself from scams. Please like this video and subscribe to our channel. It helps our scam prevention mission tremendously. Together, we can stamp out scams.